What just happened? You got Dan and Jules here, and today we're here to talk season 3, episode 5 of Yellowjackets called Did Ty Do That?
I'm not even mad because that is exactly how I read it in my head.
Right? And they do all the Urkel
Which
jokes,
I mean
so
is 100% why they did that, but like it's so
100%, yeah.
funny.
They talk
So
about Urkel
funny.
in the show. So, all right, good news, guys. Coach Ben, safe. So, all
For
the
now.
Ben fans out there for now, but I feel like if he's the key, Akila had that vision, and Lottie's the vision council. So,
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that Shauna won't turn around and fucking slit his throat as soon as they get what they need from him.
fair. Well, does getting what they mean getting home safe and then she kills him? Okay,
Maybe it
because
means finding a way to flag down help, and then she just like, see ya,
yeah, she would be the first
pushes
to
him
do
off
it.
a cliff. She's like, oops.
Oops, whoopsies. All right, but I was happy. I was happy because I thought he
Yeah,
was
me too.
definitely dead in this episode. I thought they were setting it up like, okay, he had his goodbyes. We'll talk about it with our recap, but he basically had his goodbyes with Misty, the person he's closest with out of anyone in the Yellowjackets. They had that touching scene, and then I'm like, okay, now they're gonna kill him. But then they had the whole thing with Tequila and Lottie and Travis, so I was like, maybe not. And then we, of course, see what happens. So let's get into it. But I'm very happy that he's still alive. I wasn't ready for him to die quite yet. I mean, we just lost
Yeah, me
Lottie.
neither.
Do you really want to lose another character back to back?
Oh,
Really?
that would be gut-wrenching.
You don't need that. That's too much.
I
Put a
mean,
pause on that.
they eat people, so like I don't
Yeah.
know if you could really classify anything as too much for the show.
Yeah, okay, fair. At least they didn't eat the baby. All right. They didn't eat the baby.
I'm
Didn't
so
even
glad they
think didn't even think about eating the baby. Why did I bring it up? I don't know. Shouldn't it be in anyone's mind? That was never a thought. Okay. Let's move on.
should I be
All right.
concerned about you, Dan?
All right, so it starts off with Misty looking at dead Lottie in current time. Apparently, the actress wanted off the show. She had scheduling conflicts.
Really?
That's what I hear in our Discord. So that's what I hear.
Interesting.
Yeah, that would make sense. I heard the same shit about
It
adult Nat.
would,
So
yeah.
yeah,
I
so
wonder how much they had to rewrite the story.
that would probably be a hefty amount because she seemed to be a central
I was
role,
gonna
and
say she was like front and center.
her death came out of nowhere. So I tend to believe it because it happened in episode 4. Like, you don't even make it to the end of a season. That tells me you had other shit to do that you couldn't film.
Yeah.
You know what I
That
mean?
kind of sucks though. Like you couldn't have even gotten through what, 6 more episodes?
Yeah, right. I mean, how long does that take? That could take
Yeah,
months.
that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
that could take months. So who knows? But, then she does her Misty thing with the guy.
His family never got his vintage watch, but it made a killing on eBay, huh?
His name's Fred, and apparently this guy likes to steal shit from dead people and sell it on eBay. And she knows that, and she has proof.
As a fellow citizen detective, you should know that I wouldn't even bring it up if I didn't have concrete evidence.
So she's going to get away with her belongings. What she really wants is her phone, which isn't there. And that's annoying, but that comes into play later. Really fun scene with Walter, Shauna, and Missy later on with Lottie's dad. I like that scene a lot. She brings Ty, Van, and Shauna together, ignores Shauna like she's not there,
Ty, Van.
and tells them of the news of Lottie's death. And they think she fell down the stairs and it was an accident. Misty goes, no. Obviously, that's not what happened. Obviously, as viewers, we know that's not what happened. Somebody killed Lottie, and we're going to find out in this season, we're going to find out who did it for sure.
Yeah.
They won't hold that off, right? We're going to find that out probably
I
pretty
don't
soon.
think so.
I
Because I
would, I would,
imagine they'll set up something else by the end of the season. You know what I mean?
yeah, it'll be the next thing to worry about. Yeah. Then they question what Misty was doing that day, and she's like, "You think I would kill her and then bring you guys here to talk about it?" And Van says,
Something about that does feel on brand, but
"Feels on
Stop.
brand." Yeah.
I was dying at that
Yeah.
response.
Yeah.
The face she made, the
That's like classic Van shit to say. She always has that little jab to throw in there
Oh, it's
as someone.
fantastic.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And then she storms out of her own house and remembers that it's her house and she tells them to leave. So there you go. Great. I love
Also
Missy.
a very Misty move. Yeah.
She's my favorite. Love her. I'm not too happy with her current state of affairs with Walter. I wish they were
No.
on good terms and they're not. So
Hey,
that's
maybe
kind
that
of
just means when they reunite, they'll be even stronger.
even stronger. I hope so. So yeah, obviously she doesn't have the phone. That's a big plot point this episode. And in the past, they're wondering what to do with Ben. Shauna wants to burn him. That's
I
crazy.
hate Shauna.
And someone got defensive of Shauna in the comments. All she's been through, and you're gonna say you hate her. I think it's fair to
Yes.
say we can dislike
Yes.
young Shauna or old Shauna
Because
because
listen, I understand that she has been through a lot, but going through a lot is not an excuse for your actions.
It's like at the end of this episode when Nat says you don't have to enjoy it so much after they cut
Exactly.
Ben.
Like
Yeah.
yes, it's trauma and I can acknowledge that. And that's really unfortunate. Like that really sucks. And that's not easy to process when you're out in the wilderness or like whatever, but it still doesn't excuse your actions. It
Yeah,
doesn't.
not at all. So then Nat says it's going to be a firing squad, really just one person. They just use the term
That's
firing
bothered me
squad.
so much.
Yeah, I know. And they're going to draw and Van comes up with whoever gets the King of Hearts. So it's not going to be the Queen of Hearts, it's going to be the King of Hearts who gets to execute Ben. But it doesn't happen, and I'm happy about it. Current time, Shauna is following Misty. Someone's following Shauna, and then she stops and slams on the brakes after stop following Misty to figure out who this is. I thought it was going to be Melissa. Did you think so?
I thought it was too.
Yeah, we don't see Melissa yet. I mean, maybe she's not dead. Maybe she is dead. Who knows what she's up to in current time? But I could have sworn it was her. It was Walter.
Hello, Shauna.
Walter?
It appears my cover is blown.
Then he says, "You killed Adam, so it would make sense if you'd kill again." And she's like, "Listen, you killed someone. Misty killed someone. We've all got that on our plate, okay?" So
She's got a fair point
a
there.
really fair point. And he's like, "Okay, fine. Maybe we have an opportunity to work together here." So that's what they do.
I did
And
not see that coming.
yeah, me either. Yeah, that was a odd pairing. Odd pairing,
Yeah.
but it worked. It worked for this episode.
I wonder if
fine.
that was part of the rewrite.
Yeah, maybe, possibly, yeah. And then in the past, they draw cards, and Ty gets it, and that's part of the title. Did Ty do that? So yeah, I knew Ty was going to get it when they were drawing because of the
Right.
episode title. And then in current time, Van is struggling with Lottie's death, and she questions where Ty went during that hour that she was setting up her romantic gesture. And she's like, "You really think I did this?" And then she got interrupted with a phone call from her ex-wife. They're separated. I don't know. And she has to meet up with her son, which they do in a minute, and we'll talk about it. And then Misty goes to the scene of the crime, and she sees a mark, a scratch on the wall. And so that would lend credence to she did get pushed, or someone was pushing her, and that's like a defensive
Or
mark.
like pushing or dragging.
Yeah.
And
A defensive mark. So
probably pushing, I would imagine.
yeah,
Because it looked like she was like grabbing for something to hold on to.
Exactly. Yeah. So she talks to Cliff, the doorman, about possibly seeing her. He wasn't on duty, but she lived here as a kid, we find out, and her dad still lives here. And she was staying with him for weeks before she died. So she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go talk to her dad." And past Ty doesn't want to be the one to do it. And Van talks about maybe her other side can come out and do it, which is a good
honestly
idea.
is really smart.
Yeah, good idea. So that's, yeah, smart. And they try. They try to bring her out, that's for sure. And Melissa goes to talk to Shauna and she gives her a gift. It's like a holder for a knife. "Why do you even like me?"
You say that like there's nothing to like. You've changed out here, and I like that you're not afraid of the bad parts of yourself anymore.
That relationship is building in the past, and I am so curious.
Shauna's need for validation is just.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
again, please don't roast me in the comments because I get it.
Yeah, you get it.
But I just hate I hate her attitude.
Well, now you see that she's trying to control Melissa by the end of this episode, too.
Absolutely. No,
trying
she's
to-
so manipulative.
Come here, girl. She's like her
She's
dog.
always been manipulative and she will always be manipulative.
Yeah, yeah. So that's crazy. And Misty tells Ben what's going to happen. This is it, the moment that I was talking about a little bit ago. They're both upset and they say their goodbyes.
Goodbye, Ben.
Hi, Misty.
And it doesn't have to be goodbye for long. So that's really awesome. Lottie wants to go back to the caves with Tequila. Travis is coming with them because he had a vision about it and they want to see if she has another vision about what to do with Ben. So they want to go. So luckily they do go, or Ben would be toast right now. And then Misty and Karen Time goes to see Lottie's dad. He's acting as Barry, someone that lives a couple floors below him, and says there's a package in the house for, they just fuck with this old guy who has memory loss, and it's really sad he's sick. And they're just
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say like
walking all over him.
who would just let some stranger in their house? But I'm
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, that's right.
I feel bad. I mean,
Oh,
he knows his
yeah.
daughter died, but forgets that she died because
Dude,
he
that's
thinks
just really
Sean is her.
sad.
Yeah,
It's
it's
really sad.
Every scene he was in, I just felt like a pit in my stomach. I was like,
Me
oh,
too.
this doesn't sit right with me. Yeah, I felt bad. So Walter and Shauna are there as a team, and Misty walks in on them. They're acting like internet people helping fix the internet.
So funny.
And yeah,
When
and they're trying.
Shauna came out in that stupid hat.
Yeah, she looks so out of place. I know.
Oh, hello.
You?
Walter fits. He looks like he
Oh
would
yeah,
work for that company.
100%. Yeah.
Shauna looks so out of place. It's
Like I
insane.
I feel like I would have looked at her and been like,
No.
"Are you a cop?"
Yeah. Are you
Because
a
you got to
cop?
tell me if you're a cop.
Yeah. So they're hacking her internet history, but Misty does not want to team up, and she stands true to this the entire episode. She wants to figure it out on her own. She calls herself the best citizens detective, and I'm going to figure this out. Van and Ty are trying to switch her by getting in her pants.
Tell me this isn't all just an excuse to get in my pants.
Oh, it is.
Everything is.
Doesn't work, but at least they have some fun.
No, I have to say, if that actually does work, the whole, sexy time brings out night tie, could that have been what happened when she was in New York?
Yeah, I like it. And then she went
Like,
off and yeah.
yeah, like maybe her and Van got a little frisky, and then
Yeah, so there
she
I
went to
also
talk
see
to fucking Lottie, and
killed
she
her.
just like switched, because you saw how fast she switched to night tie. She
In
just
this
kind of like,
episode, yeah, it's
yeah.
just like bang, bang, yeah. There were people talking because she was doing some sort of an apology in the mirror before we found her dead, so maybe she did it to herself. But I say there's no way she did it to herself. Somebody did it to her. I think what Walter said is true, that someone is trying to go after the Yellowjackets right now, and who that could be, I don't know. But I think it's either Ty, because she can switch, like you said, and become a different person. Or maybe it's Melissa, or maybe it's Coach Scott. Maybe he survived and maybe he's doing all this.
Right now, I would say my
Curious.
money is on night tie.
Me too. I would
Because
agree with
she's
that.
got a lot of shit going on in her life.
Yeah.
And I imagine that stress would make it a lot easier for night tie to take over.
Yeah, me too. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. Ty meets with Simone to see her son, but they talk for 2 seconds and he wants to leave. We see that
You're
scene
right.
in just a second, and we'll talk about it then. And Shauna's wondering why Lottie didn't come to her father's right away. That is a good question. Why would she go to Lottie's? He said maybe she wanted a friend. She said it's not that simple. But yeah, if you have a parent that's still living and you can go live with him right after you got out of the mental hospital, why wouldn't you do that? So good
Yeah,
question.
but that's like, it takes a huge mental toll when you're around a family member like that, especially someone so close to you
Good point.
and they
Good point.
have those kind of issues.
Yeah.
I mean, I experienced it firsthand. My dad had
Oh,
memory
okay.
issues when he was at the end of his life. But like that shit is stressful, It's
Yeah.
hard to watch. And I imagine coming out of a mental institution, it would not make that any better.
That's true. Yeah, so she wanted somewhere else to be in that moment where she needed a friendly face, right?
She needed
That's what
support from someone that actually like knows her, and unfortunately her dad can't be that all the time.
that's true. Okay, that's a very good point. And then Walter he offers a piece of his hair and then wants a piece of her hair to be like, just in case someone is coming after Yellowjackets, and so we can both, look at each other and say we didn't kill Lottie, but just in case, this will make it easier in case someone is trying to kill you guys.
Yeah.
Having your DNA will make it easier to identify your remains and locate your killer.
I am not giving you my hair.
He wants to do that. I think it would be a good idea. Shauna doesn't want to do it. We'll come back to that in a second. Akila goes into the cave. Travis is worried, and Lottie tells him to wait. And then she walks in, collapses. They go get her. The sequence we see of what she saw, so cool. Love that part.
So cool, dude.
That was my favorite scene. Definitely my favorite scene this episode. We'll get to it in a second.
The
Yeah.
Big Ben Bridge.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of like the Severance opening.
Yeah.
I don't know,
The
just
opening,
maybe like
yeah.
the style of it and stuff, but
Mhm.
it was very cool.
Yeah, it was so cool, and the way they CGI'd little Aquila on his back, it was
Yeah.
it was awesome. So we see what Sammy and Ty talked about. He questioned, "Are you not my mommy anymore?" That's all he said.
Are you not my mommy anymore?
I'll always be your mommy.
He walked away, picked up the dog, and walked away. So he's going through some shit, dealing with not having both of his moms.
I think that was kind of a double entendre there. I think he can sense night tie.
I think he can too.
Has
Based
been
off of last
around.
season, I think he can based off of last season. Yeah.
Like
I think-
he meant
I think
like
you're right.
you haven't been around, so are you not my mom? But also,
What's
this
up?
isn't something's weird. Are you not my
Yeah.
mom?
Right now, yeah. Okay, I'm with that. Yeah, I like that a lot. And then she tells Van she needs a change of scenery, so they're going to leave the house they're in. Wonder where they're going to go. That's going to be interesting. So we see Akila wake up. She saw something on a cliff. It was Ben's body breathing, being an actual bridge, keeping her from falling. And you could hear sirens in the distance as if someone was coming to save them. So he's literally the bridge to get them to safety. That's what her vision was. And she felt hope, not fear.
I thought that I should feel scared, but I didn't. I just felt hope.
So that was all they needed to hear to save Ben. So there you go. And we get the scene. They put a bag on his head, put him up against a tree. Nat puts Jackie's necklace on him.
Natalie, you don't have to do this.
He tries pleading, what the fuck are you guys doing? You can't want to do this. It's me. None of us are who we are. Like, what are we doing right now? Come on. You're going to do this. You're going to have to look me in the eye. So don't put the bag on me. And the bitch says, you don't deserve it. And he screams out, fuck you. Ty aims. Other Ty takes over.
Ty. It'll be all right.
Like Jules said, in a blink of an eye, she takes over. Lottie and Travis come to stop it along with Tequila. And they say he has a purpose. He's our bridge home.
Yo, I thought that Travis took that bullet.
So did
I
I,
would have been
for-
so upset.
Yeah, for a second, I did. So did I. Because he was the one that tackled him, right? So he was the
Yeah.
one in most danger. I loved it. I was super happy with that outcome. So now he's still around, and he has a
I
purpose.
was really hopeful that, yeah, I was really hopeful that they were going to keep him around.
Yeah, yeah.
But I wasn't sure how that was going to happen. Because
Yeah,
I didn't think
yeah,
it would be
yeah.
as simple as like Nat talking them out of it.
Well, I think it would need to be Lottie, because even though she's still not the leader, she kind of is in everyone's mind, right? She's like,
She's the cult leader, yeah.
yeah, if she says something, matter of fact, people are going to take it seriously.
You can't kill him. Not yet. He has a purpose. Tequila saw it.
She's like the spiritual leader, and Nat is like the judicial leader.
Yeah, I'm right with you.
He's our bridge home.
And then Shauna and Melissa go to him, and I'm like, are they gonna kill him right now, right after he got saved?
That's exactly what I thought was
Are
going on.
you kidding me? That would be, and I checked, there was like no time left in the episode, and I'm like, no, come on. And of course that's not what happened. But Shauna, like we said earlier, she uses Melissa like a dog. Like, come on.
You do it. No, I can't. You shouldn't be scared of the bad parts of you either.
She's
Come on.
like, oh, well, here, you do it.
You do it.
Yeah.
You do it. Take care of it. So
'Cause then
all
she
they
can
did,
say, oh, well, I didn't do it.
I didn't do it, right? And all they did was cut his other leg so that he can't run away.
Yo,
Then
imagine how much that hurts. I assume
Oh
it
my
was his
God.
Achilles.
yeah, dude. Oh,
I mean,
Yeah.
they threw him a towel. I guess he could probably do it, even though
Do it
his wrists are tied. But
true. Yeah.
like, bro, imagine having one leg and
Mm.
someone cuts your Achilles
Oh, jeez. Oh, it's
in the
giving me
middle of the
heebie-jeebies.
woods
Yeah.
around a
you're
group
stuck.
of girls who just want to kill you.
So if we come to current time, yeah, they all want to kill you except like 3 people. Imagine we get to current time and then we see Coach Ben in a wheelchair and we're like, oh shit, he made it. That'd be awesome.
I
I'd
will
lose my shit.
literally cry tears of joy.
I'd
I
lose
love
my
him.
shit. It would make sense that he's not around them in current time because he'd want to be as far away from them as humanly
Oh,
possible.
yeah, 100%.
But they've never talked about him in current time. They've never said that he's dead. So it's possible that he did survive. I could just see him just showing up like towards the end of a season, just rolling up in his wheelchair like, you motherfucking bitches. I could totally see it. That's when Nat said you don't have to enjoy it this much. And yeah, that's the episode. So I thought it was good.
You won't be going anywhere.
You don't have to enjoy it this much.
But yeah, we're heating up.
And you don't have to act like such a fucking saint.
We're definitely heating up, and it's
Yeah.
going to be fun to see what happens. We're at the midway point. If you guys want a theory video, we can do one within the next week or 2. So get your theories in. Who do you think killed Lottie? What do you think is going to happen for the rest of the season? Who do you think Hillary Swank is playing? It could be Melissa. It could be somebody
I
else.
keep
But,
forgetting about her.
yeah. And it's halfway point, so she's got to come in soon, right? It's
Yeah.
got to be within the next 2 weeks. So that's got to happen soon. So let us know what you guys think, and we'll be here to talk about episode 6. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Later.
Bye, guys.
Fuck, fine. Just don't tell anyone any of it.
What just happened?
What just happened?
What just happened?
That just happened.